Hello, hello. Hey, Andrew. Alright, before we do story, because I am doing my best to not do story. Yeah, that or handcuff. My society quest is ready to go. Hey, Rain. I would say this one. She would say this one. I like that they have injected my character with just a little bit of sass. Is he always this stupid? Yeah. Like, that was something I could do. I even went for the nicer option, and they still were like, no, 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 we're gonna give her a little bit of sass. Ever since Stormblood, there's been a little bit of just that hint of like, because I know there's no consequences, our character likes to be a little snarky, likes to kind of get in people's faces a little bit. You're stupid. agree. Unfortunately, he's trying to win your affections, and so he's trying to seem tough. Nope. I was told to continue even if you told me to stop. Therefore, kaboom. He's fine. Ha! Beaten. At his own game. Okay. I just want to make this very clear. Look what I'm not allowed to do. I'm not allowed to be nice to him in this moment. My character is going to snark this man regardless of how I answer. Let's see, I did this one last time. So we're gonna do this one this time. Seems pretty accurate to me, sir. He's fine. Don't worry. Oh my god. Hey, Katarina, how are you? You did make it. Hello. I am avoiding story by doing side stories instead. Oh no. He deserved it. Or say the wrong thing to our second in command. Yeah, all story tonight. I have run out of anything I could possibly do. And I'm doing pretty A-okay, Andrew. How are you? It's just that this plot only works if everyone involved is stupid. Cue Rafiki laugh. That's what I'm saying. The reason why this plot happens is because everyone involved is just suddenly being thrown out of character and are being forced to be stupid. Yes, it's an idiot plot. All according to plan. Everyone has magically forgotten that the Red Kojin work for the Garleans. Oh man, as you saw, like, I didn't even go like, nah, I'm not doing how Yuno would do it. I'ma do it like common sense.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please. What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough.
Shoulda just killed her.
Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I mean. I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade. Though I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
Why? Let me go.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha. You have reached a decision, then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all. If her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango. How dreadful. Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
No.
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased.
Ian.
Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
Dude we don't trust. Dude we don't know his intentions. Sure, get up close to the ex-viceroy. That's a good idea. Like, common sense, guys. Why? We even know, like Yugiri even knows that he has done nothing but say how badly his sister has run the country. Like, we all heard him. Yeah, Ian didn't. But we could at any point have been like, nah, that's not really a good idea. We heard him say this. Oh man, good luck with that.
I wish you a safe journey.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure? I simply cannot leave without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansha. Mark me, savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
Who could have foreseen?
You've nowhere left to run, traitor!
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy. What in the... Reinforcements? No, just one! Cut him down!
Only allowed to kill minor NPCs with no name.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne.
The king of the former king of Dorma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Who was that?
Surely you jest. That was Xenosier Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the Crown Bloody Prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
A fucking Xenos fanboy.
Lord Xenos. Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me. Go on. Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Dorma and the Empire. My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance. I will cherish this moment, lock it away within my heart, until the day we meet again.
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
Of all the memories to witness. I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos. My lord.
Calm yourself, Yugiri. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with the monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
Our poor character. Like, aw. Alize, he's just a little fuckboy. Because yes, making him a disciple of Xenos definitely flattens his character down to a fine point. All of his motivations, everything he's doing, everything he wants to do boils down to Xenos fanboy. You could add in the wrinkle that there's all the rumors of like, oh no, he actually lived. But all of his characterization can now be boiled down to likes Xeno a lot. And is mad that we killed him or attempted to kill him, as far as whatever he believes is concerned. Oh, now you're starting to think this? Now you're wondering? Hien. Yeah, after it's over. Well, no, Alize did. Alize did in the moment. Was like, why were they even here in the first place? Like, he only figured it out after I was like, hey guys, he's a little shithead. Like, eh. Nah, Alpha, no, you're still in trouble. Don't think I've forgotten that you've spent an exorbitant amount of money on a sword at face value. You're welcome, Tataru. You did. You better pay me back.
Can you truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes, we were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift. I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
How are you feeling, my lord?
Fine, now leave me.
We'll talk about this when it becomes important. Yes. Which means that you know it has some significance because it's used, you know, in real life. Remember that names, especially based on how they're spelled in the kanji in Japan. Funny. But remember, in Japan, how a name is spelled says something. It's usually a sentence of some sort. And so I imagine, even though I can't tell because it's been translated to English, I imagine that every single one of these names are thematically relevant to who they are as a character. Again, I don't know. I don't know how it's spelled in Japan. But I would not be surprised if that were the case. Excellent. He's learned his lesson. He has truly learned his lesson. Yes, between everyone kind of saying, yo, you just spent an exorbitant amount of cash, look how much you actually spent. And probably the lecture he got from Tataru later off screen, he has learned his lesson well.
Open wide now.
Please, Tsuyu. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon?
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... a gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you this is not.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink. What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man. Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Wow.
But leave me be, woman! I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
You know, inexplicably, without really a reason why. Most Deus Ex or Diablos Ex Machina I've ever seen. Memory loss. Yes, that is the explanation they gave us in that scene. But in terms of how it is used in writing, you could literally say that you can get your memories back for literally another bonk on the head if you wanted to. And that's not usually how memory loss and memory, you know, like losing a chunk of your memories works. Like there's a medical thing about how memories are affected by certain things. And that's not how it's used in fiction. can't keep her in your sights for 5 minutes? Alpha, no, you're falling back into old habits. Thinking of it as a political thing instead of a, hey, person missing. Problematic person missing. She's wandered out of the Enclave for some reason. Yeah. Now. We're not there yet. Hi, Stella. Excellent. Thank you for supporting. Meanwhile, I'm just prepping for the trial that will be around soon. I will probably get there.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsuyu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies! My lord, she would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
What I saw then, it's all true. I'm sorry! I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Here, there's no need to cry. Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
You're a good kid. I'm glad you got the fruit you wanted. Thank you for checking in. Oh, and the hydrate. Thank you, thank you. There's a little bit of time. I think I'll get to it by the end of the stream, but it might be the very end of stream. We'll see how fast this goes.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
You ass.
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look well.
You colossal ass.
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma. Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned, then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
That is, in fact, the whole thing. Remember, it's a revenge plot. What makes her hate Domans is her shitty childhood. She was abused by her parents for no reason, literally no reason. Then sold to be a sex worker at a very young age. And then became a Garlean spy because of her shitty childhood. Yes, very tragic.
Gosetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Me too.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone!
Guys, I can only be upset with you at this point. I'm real irritated.
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Okay, that. But also, she literally just did this. Like, we literally just returned from her doing this. They should have been on high alert. Again, this is common sense shit. This isn't even a writing problem.
Help!
You two deserve it. Y'all can go fuck off. I'm not mad about y'all being killed at all.
Help! Help me!
No, fuck you.
If only I hadn't remembered. He should hate me.
But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu. A font of misery. You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks, at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Yotsuyu! What?
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
Please. I don't want to die.
Sucks for you, friend. Don't care.
Any sign of her? What happened here?
You didn't do what you said you were gonna do. It's your fault.
I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives. But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
And this is my issue with this arc. It only works because none of the people are using their goddamn brain or learning any kind of lesson. The only reason why she gets out the second time is because they don't do what they said they were gonna do. Like, I don't sit here going, oh no, the Yotsuyu revenge quest. No, I'm sorry. That's bullshit. And the reason it's bullshit is because of this woman right here. We already know that there are so many Doman spies just sitting around everywhere. We don't always see them, but they're literally everywhere, all of the time. Like, it just doesn't make sense if anybody in this world is using their brain. None of this happens unless they're stupid. Especially since they now know that the goal of Asahi is to make her remember who she was. Like, they know that. They know she's already gotten out. All of these things are done. They've seen them. They know they're there. Even Yugiri was like, oh man, I should have not relaxed my guard. I should have been more vigilant. Which, we all know, everybody's got a link pearl. So she could have easily have just told her shinobi, hey, watch her. Make sure she doesn't get out. It takes one call that we know only takes a couple of seconds. I'm not sitting here thinking about how awesome Yatsuyu's revenge arc is. I'm over here saying, why are y'all being so stupid? Anyway. Yes, he is. Remember how I said that from now on our MO is literally to understand that it's totally a trap and just to go spring it anyway? This is another one of those times. This is just our way of handling things now. Exactly. Exactly. You don't have to make your characters act out of character to make plot happen. You just have to think it through more. You have to make your enemies smarter. You don't have to make your characters, especially these two. Remember, these two are prodigies who graduated from college level classes at 15. These are two geniuses. Like, there is no reason, zero reason why these two should not have figured it out by now. None. Drives me crazy. We're almost done. It's almost over. It literally begins... I don't know about all that. I'm not gonna tell you anything about that. But the moment this arc resolves, they start transitioning into prep shit. You missed the rant, Rain. You missed the full-blown rant that I was trying very hard not to do live. But literally the moment they're done with this arc, we start transitioning into prep for Shadowbringers, and suddenly the writers know how to write again. What am I doing? He's like, I'm just gonna let you go. You clearly need to vent. Yeah, I agree with you, man, but I'm not the one in charge. I try very hard to not talk about this arc because, again, I am biased. I'm extremely biased. Like, I already don't like revenge plots, so I'm already kind of predisposed to not engage with that. Like, I just am. Like, there is no conceivable way they could have made this revenge plot compelling to me specifically. But then they add in bad writing, and that's when I lose my mind. Like, I can deal with a just blandly done revenge plot that I'm just not into. Like that I can just kind of, you know, hand wave and say whatever, it'll get better later. But then the writing's bad. Sure. But I'm also being very clear, like, okay, there's this section where I'm clearly biased and I try my best not to talk about. Like, I'm not gonna tell you how good the actual revenge plot is. Because I'm not the person you should ask about that. You should go talk to somebody who likes those. And the tragedy of the situation is not lost on me. Again, I went, yes, very tragic. I do understand that it is technically a tragedy. So it's not like I don't get it. I do understand. I just don't like it. But it does mean that my attention is not on the revenge plot. It's not immersed in that revenge plot. It's anywhere but, because it's just not something I'm interested in. So of course, guess who notices all the bad writing a lot faster? Because there's nothing else to distract me from the bad writing. Again, just makes me nuts. And again, it's because I know that there are ways to not do it that way. That honestly wouldn't take much extra work. Yes, I get better technical writing. At the very least, this problem doesn't come up again. Because to be clear, this is a problem with technical writing. This is them wanting to do with a thing, a plot thing, and not knowing how to get there. And so they just kind of try their best and it doesn't work out. So at the very least, I have someone who, if she wants to get from A to Z, she knows the path to get from A to Z. Any issues with her writing is different. It's not technical writing in nature. Alize is great. She is definitely probably my favorite character when she's written correctly. Which admittedly is rare. I'm glad you're liking this, ma'am. All right, Alphino's got a thing against ghosts. Scaredy cat. It's the little things that flesh out a character. Alphino, our little lordling. Rain, I think that it is about time to come online. If you wish to join for the thing. I might be a quest off, but I'm pretty sure it's this quest. I think so. We're about to do the prisoner exchange. That's where this is, right? Yeah. And I know Stella's lurking somewhere, but she might be busy.
At last, the hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Dorma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
Indeed. We are ready to proceed with the exchange when you are. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh, the supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Dorma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
How very generous. I confess I had not expected such compassion, welcome though it is. But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Nairi, widow of Sashihai, and acting Viceroy of Dorma. You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish.
Well, well. It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement with the ambassador, you are free to return with him to the Empire. Your authority as acting viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
My position is not for you to decide, little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Xenos himself. I will reign here in this putrid, pestilent swamp until the last of you has been broken. This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
What has she done?
Oh gods, this is a summoning.
A Dorman citizen has called forth an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed. Abandon the captives and make preparations to withdraw.
But Ambassador!
Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
As you command.
My lord, you must fall back!
You ask me to run? Spare my pride, would you? I know this foe is beyond me. The field is yours. We will withdraw, but not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul!
My lord.
I knew you would not flee. I see now the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours. Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon and divinity of night. What power can compare to such celestial majesty? I shall plunge all I despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail. Come, let us cast the stalks and look upon the fate of Doma. I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
Perfect timing, Rain. Let me go ahead and grab you. I did it, Rain. It took only one stream.
One stream? It took a whole bunch of streams.
No. I only had to do this for one stream. I did everything else I could before this. When did you pin? No yet? Okay, I'm just gonna queue then. She said she was gonna be busy, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much.
Ella is in Q40 with Bree. Well, the deep dungeon.
Okay, I'm like, what is that?
I don't know if it's Q40 or not. I just see them in Pilgrim's Transfers.
But yeah, busy. Oh, she has for 10 minutes? Do you want to wait 10 minutes?
Up to you. Your stream.
I mean, I'm here. We'll wait. So how do you feel about this arc, Rain? They've gotten my opinion.
Me? I mean, I think Yotsuyu's story delivers what it wants to deliver to the audience. I think in order to get there, it does basically shoot a lot of other characters in the back of the head that would solve the plot immediately, which is kind of bad. But I mean, it's probably the best writing out of all of Stormblood, honestly. And that's a lot to say.
Oof. Oof. Not wrong though. That's very sad.
I mean,
they're the best.
The Alamigan plot is really, really boring.
It's real boring.
It's sad that Doma and Doma's conclusion is what makes Stormblood.
Yeah.
Because this is just Doma's conclusion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Like anytime we're in Doma, usually like not this arc, but like in base game, nah, that's the highlights. That's like the fun part. That's the good part. And then you get to Alamigo and just want to die.
I just find the overall like theming and the characters in Alamigo very dry and boring. Maybe that's just me.
It's because they're in the desert area, Rain. I
guess. I mean, sure. Like, Lise is probably the best Alamigan affiliated character you can think of, but like, I don't even affiliate her to Alamigo as much as she's just the heroine of the plot at the time.
She is the active character for most of Stormblood. Yes, Andrew. That is in fact the issue. It's like, I love the Doma plot. Until this arc. I will say though, her fight, especially her extreme, extremely fun. Oh my goodness, I love her fight. It was one of my favorites. It's not my favorite because my favorite is Shinryu Extreme. I love Shinryu Extreme. That was my favorite, but she was the second favorite.
I think Tsukuyomi is the best designed fight in the expansion.
Oh
like,
yeah, it was really cool.
Shinryu is cool, but Shinryu they try and do a little bit too much, whereas Tsukuyomi is just well balanced throughout the entire fight and still preserves its difficulty. Even today, if you try and go in Tsukuyomi without unsyncing and just like, you know, blind through it, you won't clear.
No, you won't clear. My thing is like, while I love the musical number, I like the thematics of the ad phase. Mechanically, I find the ad phase kind of bland. Like I
You
think
see, my whole thing with that is like right then and there, they didn't really know what they were doing with ad phases in general and fights.
sure.
So like, I can't really fault that against them.
For sure. I'm just saying like just general impressions. I like the ad phase in Shinryu. It's shorter and it's like it has the explosion mechanic that they began to add into ad phases where like if you kill them they do damage and then the healers have something to do. I find that a little bit more interesting, and even then like we're not talking like night and day here. We're talking just a little bit like it's a little shorter and it's a little bit more interesting than hers, whereas hers it to me it goes on a little bit too long. And it's a little bit less interesting to do. Like I said, hers is a close second, because I really like her fight a lot. I think, especially her extreme, like I said. Because there's more in the extreme, obviously.
Her fight is probably still one of the only fights to this day that tells a story as you're fighting it.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, I do like the Tsukuyomi fight a lot. And the dog is pretty. Which is always the thing you need to factor in, is how pretty is the mount.
The weapons are pretty too.
Yeah, the weapons are pretty too. I used the Tsukuyomi axe for a long time.
And Way Your Daughter is a better theme song than
Yes,
Under the
like musically beautiful. I do love that music. I kind of wish that there was like a way to get it in game, but there's not. You can get her phase 1 music and you can get her phase 2 music, but not Wayward Daughter, which is the one in the middle.
The phase 3 is Way Your Daughter.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the one I think is really, really pretty is the phase 2 then, the ad phase.
The phase 2, the ad phase, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it is pretty. I think the theme that is playing now is probably the best, in my opinion.
I like the one in the ad phase the most. This is personal preference, obviously, but I read that it's really pretty. I like it a lot. Again, I wish there was a way to get it in game, because it would be playing in my house, and there's not. There again, there's phase 1 and there's phase 3, which is fine, but also meh. I think I have it in my playlist somewhere, like the Spotify playlist that keeps playing in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I really like that one.
Andrew's saying Xenos being a massive hypocrite up in the introduction is a problem. I'm like, well, I mean, of course you haven't seen it yet, but Xenos is an issue like throughout more of the game.
That's why I said, well, that's why when we shows up back on screen, I said we'll talk about it when we get there, when it's important, because right now it's just not. Apparently Stella's in the last fight.
Yeah, I see it. She's yelling in the chat.
Yep. That was saying it aloud because obviously chat can't see it. So I keep that hidden just because the people of 14 will say whatever they want, not knowing that someone could be, live and streaming. And I would much rather not have to deal with that. Especially in fights like this one where, you know, people are very thirsty for Yotsuyu for some reason.
On me, mommy.
Lots of that. Just so much of that. And I'm just like, no.
Come on, you know it's not just Yotsuyu. Any female opponent that you face in Final Fantasy XIV equates to "Step on Me, Mommy" from the community.
Some of them know. Some of them they're just creeps about it, like with Minfina. Like they didn't do that with Minfina, but they certainly creeped on her, which was very unsettling.
There were some people that did it. You must have missed that train.
I'm being charitable, and also remember with the times that I was playing during that time, where I was playing at like 3 a.m., where there's less of it.
Yes.
Just because there's less people online. So yes, I did play during times to specifically avoid it because that made me deeply uncomfortable because she's a literal child, like looking wise. And I'm just like, nope, that's gross. Wrong chat.
But yeah, like Stormblood to me, as I always say, is a like 5 out of 10 expansion. You know, it's just 50% of what you enjoy, because literally, like, you can cut out everything Alamigo and just enjoy Doma, and it's a different experience.
Well, and my opinion has always been that it's the weakest expansion. Just it is. Not mechanically, like this is where they got their shit straight when it came to like mechanics and fight design and dungeon design, and I will always hand them that. But as most people know from talking to me for longer than 10 minutes, I don't tend to judge experiences in a video game by their gameplay. I just don't. And so, yeah, for me, it's just the weakest expansion. Just because of a lot of the story decisions they made that just dragged the experience down quite a bit. And this is even factoring in later expansions, because obviously Xenos has to be factored in more. Because he's around.
Decisions they've made in Stormblood has affected other expansions. Yes.
Yeah. So because the thing originated in Stormblood, that makes Stormblood look worse by comparison. That is the double-edged sword part of having a MMO like this, where it, you know, is a live service game that lasts for a long time. Later things they add can make certain expansions look better or worse depending on the decisions they make.
Yeah.
Like, it does not help that Stormblood is sandwiched between Heavensward, which is generally considered to be really good, and Shadowbringers, which everyone goes nuts over, which makes Stormblood look worse by comparison because it's sandwiched between two better expansions.
Absolutely.
I tend to not factor these things into my like actual analysis because I think that's not fair. You know what I mean? Like that's not really a fair thing to do, to compare it to the other expansions like that, just because of where they are release date wise. So I tend to keep anything that I say about the writing specifically and how the writing specifically affects other expansions via plot rather than just when it got released in comparison to other expansions. Welcome back, Andrew. But that is a factor when it comes to people's opinions at the very least.
See, I am slightly the opposite of you. I, of course, look into it story-wise, like you do, and writing-wise. But I also consider like what the other things that the expansion brought, because to me, I am judging the entire expansion as a whole. So
yeah, well, it's because it's not that your way is wrong and my way is right, or vice versa. Like both are okay. That just shows the difference between like our two priorities. Whereas for me, as I've always said, I'm a book reader first, where that interactive element is just not something that matters in a book. Like the fact that I am turning the page does not magically make the book better or worse, aside from I like the feeling of turning a page. It's nice tactically.
Whereas for the average gamer, the gameplay experience is huge for them.
Yeah, and like for me, because that's just not the experience that I'm coming for. Like I don't care. It could be a walking sim, as long as the story's awesome. So because of just my background and where I come from when I'm looking at video games, the gameplay is just not something I care about. Especially considering, like, if you look at the games I like games with really simple systems. Like, there's nothing complex about a turn-based RPG. It's very simple in its design. The complexity tends to come from all the systems that support the gameplay, right? Like your understanding of those systems deeper in, like Pokemon, for example, just to use a really easy example. The complexity is not in battle when you're hitting your moves. You hit the best move for the job, right? You do you type match up and that's it. All the complexity comes in when you're thinking about which Pokemon to pick. Because then you're like looking at nature and stats and EVs and IVs. Like that's all systems underneath, but the actual gameplay, dead simple. But because like that's kind of what I go for, that simple system but complex system, kind of design. Like even like look at 5. I love Final Fantasy 5 because the complexity of that job system is very attractive to me. I like it. But that does mean that more often than not, I don't play video games that have like a huge amount of interactivity. I just hit the button that says I win. Once I'm done fucking with the systems.
Yeah, you have a more Eastern, play approach where you would rather, take your time and understand the systems in order to, make your gameplay experience easy and fun. Whereas a lot of people nowadays have the Western approach where they want to interact with everything at all times. And the moment they're not interacting with something, it's trash.
Yeah, and like, again, that's a different perspective and they're free to have it, but that's not me. Definitely not me.
Yeah, I think it's just two sides of the same coin, really. Like, you can get both.
You can have both.
But yes, Stormblood is, like I said, a 5 out of 10 to me. Like, it's...
Can I put it at a 3?
It's just there. Yeah, you have it at the bottom, and I have ARR at the bottom, whereas you would have ARR placed higher. Yeah, I know.
Only a little bit. Like let's be real. Like, because I'm looking at story implementation, technical writing does play a factor, and as you know, it was their first attempt to do this writing, and so it's a little rough in places, especially considering that some of it's pretty bland. The only reason why I place it higher than probably other people do is because a lot of that is necessary to understand later expansions. Like nothing makes sense without ARR. And because of just that level of importance to the narrative, I just feel the need, like it has to be higher. Like it just does. Because it's what makes the groundwork for everything else to build upon.
Yeah, to me, I just view that as, you know, the other expansions are written very well to be able to take that foundation and, you know, actually use it and not retcon it.
Oh, for sure, and they are like that. That's why I usually put it like I usually put it near the middle because I consider that to be the baseline, because that's the foundation. So that's the baseline. So I tend to put it near the middle. Actually, kind of lower middle. Yeah, I tend to put it near the middle-ish. And then depending on how well they handled both the foundation that, you know, is AR, and also how well they do other things, like how they've communicated their themes, the technical writing, you know, the character writing, all these things. Tend to move it up or down from where ARR is kind of how I scale it.
Because there's still like plot threads from 1.0 that were started, and either, you know, they went back and elaborated on it, or they, you know, still are attempting to key it in here and there. And like technically that is the groundwork, even though it was, you know, rebuilt with ARR. But even with that, you know, they took the basic structure and made ARR with it. So it's a lot to discuss and think about in the end.
Yeah, and the reason why I have to put it in ARR and not 1.0 is because we no longer have 1.0. Like I can't possibly talk about 1.0 because we no longer have it. I can't go back and look at it even if I wanted to.
Yeah. But it hurts because, like, for an example, like, you can praise coils for being what it is in ARR, but also a lot of the foundation of what coils is and what nail is in coils was 1.0.
Yeah, it's technically 1.0, and I get that. But at the same time, I can't grab 1.0. I can't say, oh, it's 1.0 because I don't have 1.0. I can't compare the two. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's what I want to do. I want to be able to take, okay, obviously this is a 1.0 thing that they've redone in 2.0. And go, okay, how well was this adapted? How well was this put into 2.0? You know, like I'd love to do that. I would do an entire thing on that, but I don't have 1.0.
I mean, the only way you can get 1.0 at this point is, you know, YouTubing a
playthrough and hoping to God they didn't cut anything. Yeah.
Yep.
Which means fine, but also, I want to do it. I want to see. You know.
Yeah.
Because then I'd be sure I didn't cut anything out because I'd be able to see it. She said she'd be in BC soon, so do you think we should wait for her to be in BC?
I mean, if she's coming, then yeah.
Yeah, we'll hang out and just talk some more.
But yeah, like overall, I don't fault ARR for what it is, because you have to realize, like, ARR does do a great job laying the foundation, as you say, as everyone says. But ARR was also let's save this in 3 years time, because, you know,
there's two.
Yeah, in 2 years time. Well, technically 3 if you count them shutting down 1.0. Well, not shutting it down to the legacy players, but, you know, closing the online service then taking the, you know, transferring it over.
Yeah. But like the actual development technically of 2.0 was technically just 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like a lot of that for, you know, the 2 years break glass in case of emergency, fix this now is good.
Yeah. Like if you consider what it was, right? Like what it was supposed to be is literally, this is just bleeding us money. Oh, we have a Stella. Hi, Stella.
There we go. Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I was still helping, and then people said bye, and Adonis had come in to call, and I was talking to him because he's around the corner.
You're
and he got me ice
fine.
cream, so.
No worries. We're just hanging out.
We're hanging out, discussing.
I was kidnapped to help with things.
Discussing, such as.
Well, first it talked about like I went on a rant mid arc about why I don't like this arc.
Yeah.
But this one, now that we're just chilling and waiting, and this arc is basically done, we're just kind of going, how do you feel about it? What do you like about Stormblood? Because technically this is like the resolution of like the main
Actual
Stormblood, you know, plot. Like obviously, like there are things that are going to come back later, but the beef of Stormblood is all here, and we have it all.
This is the end of the Stormblood expansion, if you think about it. Because after this, the credits are gonna roll, and they're gonna start prepping for the next expansion.
Yeah, they start prepping
Yep.
for Shadowbringers.
I was gonna say this is the last bowl and the pot roast slate.
Yep.
That's it.
And they never count the expansion prep in between as part of, you know, the base meat and potatoes of the you know, the previous expansion. Like, patch 7.4, I'm saying 7 again. Patch 4, 4.4, and 4.5 are technically more of counted a part of Shadowbringers because it's prepping for it's laying the groundwork for it.
It's adding foreshadowing.
Yes,
And-
there's a lot of foreshadowing that they laid, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, no, it starts literally the moment this arc is over. Like again, that's why there's a colossal shift between like the resolution of this arc and then in the same scene, like literally, like it maybe one scene later, suddenly the writing changes drastically, and you're like, whoa, this is so much better and so much more interesting, and then you're off like a shot.
Yeah, which is funny because Shadowbringers isn't up there for you, is it?
Shadowbringers is one of the better ones just because, like, from a technical writing perspective, it's a masterclass. Technical writing, chef's kiss. It's so good. It is not my favorite, but it is up there. It's one of the ones that I put highly. You're thinking of Endwalker, where I don't like it very much. It is like, to me, Endwalker is only marginally better than this one, and that's just because the technical writing is, again, still good. But even then, there's a lot they get wrong in Endwalker. A lot they get wrong in Endwalker. I just can't.
There's a lot they leave behind.
There's a lot they add in unnecessarily. He's got blonde hair.
On the payroll, yes, I got my fucking final achievement for turning in shit.
Woohoo!
In terms of money.
Awesome. Nice.
Woohoo!
I have turned in enough to earn 20 million gil.
So,
But yes, I can't wait until you get
poor.
to Endwalker and you like discuss like how you feel about Endwalker in a nutshell. Other than, you know, the obvious blonde-haired person, but like,
Oh yeah, no.
where does Endwalker crack elsewhere?
fall apart? Oh my god! I will go into it minutia by minutia if I need to.
Blonde? Is it who I'm thinking it is?
He's blonde, yeah.
Tall,
blonde.
Garlean, blonde.
Completely unimportant to the plot. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Ah.
Yeah.
We've seen him on screen. We know that he lives on screen already. They show up when he's on the bed and he's all bandaged up, so.
Oh, yeah. No.
So
Now
we
I'm on the
have
same
gotten
page.
that scene, which is why I'm okay saying that he exists.
I was thinking of a different Garlean, and I was like, that hair's not blonde. And
The other Garlean
about
is
that
written
one
kind
later.
of okay until a certain point.
Yeah. Like, I try my best to kind of talk broad strokes because honestly, most writing works better if you don't think of it in like a too micro kind of way. Because oftentimes, like, individual writing choices don't matter that much. Because like the rules are more like guidelines. And if you can do it without the shortcuts that tend to make it easier to do, but you do it successfully, then good story. You did a good job. So the micro decisions tend to matter less than the macro you know, big picture, how do all of these tiny decisions make the larger story make sense, or make them more interesting, or make it more cohesive, or blah 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 blah. So I tend to try and do broad strokes, but if I need to, I can break down any story scene by scene. I try not to, because it's usually not very interesting, but I can. It's not fun, but I can. And I try not to do that with video game stories, because most video game stories would not survive that. It would not stand up to the pressure.
But isn't that like the best part? It's just making it crumble. Sometimes.
Personally, I don't. So, even a bad story, right? Like say the story is just not well written. Like say it's just it's a mess. We'll call it that. I don't like tearing it down, because to me that seems like you're coming at it in bad faith, and most writers, and you can say most creative people, honestly, they don't tend to go into a project wanting it to fail. Usually it goes bad because of other things. Maybe there's budget constrictions. Maybe they were brought in at the last goddamn second and they had to cobble something together, right? Like there's usually some other reason why it came out a certain way, right? Maybe they're new, you know, like maybe they're new and they're trying their best, you know, like there's a lot of things that it could be, right? So I try not to go scene by scene like that and really tear apart someone's writing, because that just feels like an asshole thing to do, you know? Like it doesn't feel like I'm coming at it with the fair eye that it deserves. So typically I will only do that scene by scene thing if I'm trying to highlight why this is awesome. You know what I mean? Like something really, really cool happened. I'll go, no. Here's how baked in, bone deep it is. You know, that kind of stuff.
Alright. God, back before this jump change. Oh my lord. Being the way some of these moves used to be is just... Okay. What is leg sweep there? What the fuck?
I see you don't know how your own kit is set up. Oh no.
I'm double.
It's going to be a long night. Whoa! Your end is near.
Saw that coming.
Oh yeah. This is so pretty. I like the music.
Actual reason you doing Spike.
Isn't that the only AoE you have at this level? Goodness gracious.
No, I have Sonic Thrust too.
Yeah, she's got the first 2 ever combos, but she holds on to that for a long time. She didn't get the 3rd one until late.
Oh, here you come. There you are, you
Look,
bastard.
Andrew, we get to kill Ashi. Andrew's been asking us to kill this sucker for multiple streams.
It's kind of... Fuck ass. Just every time, man. Every time I hear that, it just cannot be. Trying to do her was a fucking... I will say, at least this is a good track.
Very pretty.
In darkness blooms the spider lily. From mortal I rise anew. Suffused with night, I shall prevail.
That I shall prevail will be forever burned in my soul. Remember, Rain, we had to sit here and we had to do this fucking fight so many times.
I feel like I did this multiple different times. 100%.
This was a tough one back in Stormblood.
Yeah, no, we did it many times.
I can believe that. I just wasn't here.
No. This was it was mostly just me and Rain.
Night's chill, shiny petals pale. No. Not yet. Not yet. I'll grind you under my heel!
Don't go anywhere, friend.
Right here. Please.
It'll be okay. I think I was in here early. Sad days.
I had it.
Yeah, but I was trying to be clever and, you know, time my size.
I'll grind you under my heel!
Yeah, I saw. I had it.
Oh, that was on me? Get us out of here. God damn. Ah, there we go. Okay.
You really must learn to finish the job. 'Tis true that a gaudy mirror and a handful of crystals make for a feeble summoning. But even the weakest icon is a god of sorts. A threat that must be put down. My, such hostility! These beings are the sworn enemies of the Empire. I merely did my duty as an Imperial officer. Will you surrender to anger, then? Slay an anointed emissary to avenge a fallen foe?
Ha! You cannot, of course! To do so would burn the bridges we have labored so hard to build.
Oh, but I'm forgetting. They're already ash. This doorman woman has seen to that. The Empire cannot ally itself with any nation that refuses to renounce summoning. I believe I was most clear on that point. It should have been mine. The power he bestowed upon her. I should have been the one to govern Doma. I would have repaid his faith.
No one alive loves him more than I!
Instead, this harlot betrayed his trust. Useless piece of filth! Worthless whore!
Thank you, dear brother, for this precious gift. Vengeance. These people, our people, they ignore the corruption which festers beneath the surface. Cast aside that which is dirty and broken. Speak not of things which would disrupt their dreary little lives. Like you, Asahi. Always pretending not to see. You were the first. The first I swore to kill. Such bliss. I had thought my hunger insatiable. But now I am satisfied. You should feel honored, dear brother. I saved the last of my strength, just for you. What's the matter?
The Witch of Doma will soon be dead. Her happiness was never to be. Not in this world. I wonder, was the fruit as sweet as he remembered?
I don't think I can heal a gunshot wound. Especially multiple.
Lord Xenos. Lord Xenos. I am at your disposal.
Asai, you were born of Doma, yes?
Yes, my lord. I am honored that you would remember me. How may I serve?
You are hereby appointed Ambassador Plenipotentiary, and empowered to speak with the voice of the Emperor. Return to your native land of Doma, and announce your intention to sue for peace.
For peace?
Once negotiations are underway, you are to locate the acting Viceroy.
She lives? That is to say, I will, my lord.
When you have found her, you will initiate a ritual to call forth an icon. I will instruct you in the necessary steps. Yotsuyu's faith is unreliable, but as a child raised to believe in the Kami, she will serve as a vessel for one of the Kojin's gods. She need only wish it to be so. The power will seem a gift, but the icon's essence will consume her. She will be no more than a husk, a slave to whim and desire.
My lord, ever since the day you saw fit to save my miserable life, I have dreamed of repaying your benevolence. Upon my honor, I swear to devote myself wholly to your service. All that you command will be done, no matter the cost. But I fear the subtleties of your plan yet elude me. From the reports I have heard, the champion who aids the Doman resistance would make short work of a single icon.
The icon is merely a message. The pacifist teachings of the Populares spread through this city like a plague. And I would remind the people of the threat we face. You will be my chosen agent. The hand which tolls the warning bell. The salvation of this world will not be won through the signing of treaties.
Your chosen agent.
I will not fail you, my lord. My master, Lord Xenos, he will come for you.
You have prevailed, I see.
She is gone. Wherefore did the Kami spare us, only to inflict this pain?
Death shall not want for company this day. You spared us a worse disaster, but I fear our fledgling peace with the Empire was beyond saving.
Lord Hien!
Maximo, is it not? I assumed you long fled.
I entertain thoughts of escape even now, but our negotiations have yet to reach a satisfying conclusion. The ambassador insisted that the summoning spelled an end to our mission here, but it seemed to me there was more to the tale. I have heard tell of this power you wield. And in your vision, you witnessed Lord Xenos giving these orders.
How can that be? Xenos is dead. He took his own life after the battle in Alamigo. I saw his body with my own eyes.
Forgive me, but Lord Xenos is very much alive. He granted our party an audience prior to our departure. That he was gravely wounded is certain, but his recovery appeared to be proceeding apace.
I'm afraid I share Lord Hien's confusion. The man's death was confirmed and his remains interred. These are matters of public record.
I have no doubt you believe what you say. But what then is the explanation? That an impostor has infiltrated the innermost circle of the Imperial Court? The idea is inconceivable, absurd, but worthy of investigation nonetheless. Our movement can ill afford to have a highly placed pretender undermining our efforts.
Your efforts may yet bear fruit. Tell me, what is to become of our prisoner exchange? Though we have already taken custody of our conscripts, we have yet to release your Imperial comrades. Do you still intend to collect them?
Yes. As the late Ambassador's second-in-command, it falls to me to speak on the Empire's behalf. And I'm happy to confirm our intent to proceed according to the original agreement.
Then let us be about it. 'Twould be a pity to abandon such a promising beginning.
Indeed. You have my thanks, Lord Hien. As soon as our people are secure aboard our airship, we shall depart straightways for Garlemald.
Tread lightly, Pilus. I sense treachery awaits you there.
Might I accompany you to the capital?
Alphino, have you gone mad?
Imposter or no, if Xenos was instructing Asahi on the finer points of ritual summoning, then experience tells us there is an Ascian waiting in the wings. Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience. They need our help.
Were you indeed willing to share your knowledge of this enemy, we would not shun your counsel.
You truly mean to do this? In full knowledge of the danger?
I have seen the Warrior of Light risk her life on countless occasions. Next to her, I'm scarce more than a distraction on the battlefield. But in the meeting room or the audience chamber, there I can make a difference. I can strike bargains, forge ties, and change minds. And where better to do these things than in the home of our old enemy?
Why am I not allowed to tell him he's being stupid? I mean, it's clear my character agrees with what he's doing, and I don't. But you know, this is a dumb idea. You know he's going to die.
Oh. I was saying he has no assured protection. That is the problem with this whole situation. Like,
right.
Yeah, he could go with the Empire right now, but who's going to protect him?
You know what this is? This is the goddamn crystal braids all over again.
It's not. He has actually learned from that, and you can tell because he's not saying he's going to change the tide of you know, this whole thing, which is what he would do, Crystal Braves. He literally says, hey, this is where I'm good at this, and I can change people's minds. He understands that he's not gonna just sweep in all idealistically like he tried to do with the Crystal Braves. He is being more realistic here.
Oh, no. I'm talking about getting himself into shit that's obviously a little too dangerous for him.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I get where he's coming from. But yes, I do like that the writers are kind of enforcing what our character actually thinks right now. Because again, I am not allowed to discourage him. Which means my character does not think that she should discourage him. She thinks this is a good idea. Which is a very important distinction to make. Like, these choices, yes, they're important for like me and my player agency and whatever, but also the choices they don't let you have say a lot. This is your moment. You go for it, buddy. I'm not gonna say I believe in you because I don't.
'Tis not for me to stop you, but I would have you consider an alternative arrangement. Rather than braving the Empire as a simple traveler, go forth as an emissary of Doma. Such a position should offer you some measure of protection.
Go then. You've obviously made up your mind. Just try not to do anything reckless, all right?
I shall be on my best behavior. Farewell, my friends.
Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking in terms of Alphino too. Like, even if the player agency would say this is a bad idea, Alphino's character is gonna think that this is a
100%
good
would try
idea.
this.
100%, yeah.
Well, yeah, the whole player agency thing I was talking about was mostly in terms of like, because let's be real, the entire plot is around this character, whoever you make him or her to be, right? So what matters is this character's characterization. Now, as a silent protagonist, there's only so much you can do most of the time because they have no voice. They quote unquote talk, but like they're not being an active player in the plot most of the time. They're usually quite passive. It's usually other characters that are making the decisions, and we're just kind of along for the ride. So my point was less about what Alphino and Alize were doing. It was more about, okay, the choices that the player is allowed to make informs us about our character's personality and their characterization in this moment. Like, again, I'm not allowed to disparage Alphino in this moment because my character believes in him and thinks that he can do it. I, as the player, cannot supersede what my character thinks. Ever. It's that balance between me as player controlling this character and this character. Again, this is 100% her. He's being real stupid, but I support him because it's not gonna work to tell him otherwise. Man, it's rained on me 3 times this stream. It's a record.
Trying to paint a picture here, you know, of sadness.
In this super joyous reunion.
How often have I imagined this moment? Thank you for helping it come to pass.
Ah, there you are.
Gosetsu, your hair.
My friend, what have you done?
An old man who cannot raise his blade has no place in the service of a young lord. Thus did I decide to devote my remaining days to pilgrimage. I will walk this land, offering prayers of repose for all the souls who left this life in suffering.
All of them?
That's a cool little moment, just animation-wise, too. Our character doing that little expression of just thinking.
A fulsome farewell makes for an enjoyable journey.
Scarcely have we said our goodbyes to Alphino, and you leave us too. But 'tis well that my companions find their own way forward. I must endeavor to do the same.
I have faith that you will find the best path for Doma without me, my lord. Pray forgive me this last act of selfishness, and grant me your blessing.
You have earned it 1,000 times over. Go in peace, my friend. I shall make of Doma a land where children laugh and none need live in fear.
There is no better way to honor those who went before. And with that, I take my leave.
And then we never return here again.
It's the end of the Doman plot. Until minor side stuff.
Listen, the side stuff's important. Very charitable way of reading that, but okay. Okay, I have to stop. I can't just keep going. I'm already 30 minutes overdue.
Just want to say, you're doing a long one tonight, because this is refusing to end.
I know, I was like, yes, here's the end of the plot. We're gonna have a good time. And they're like, no, we're going to continue the plot. Things are still happening. And I'm like, no, I need a satisfying resolution, guys.
You have like 2 more scenes left before the ending.
Ah, come on. Fine.
I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you how much you have left. Okay. That's the stubbornness talking, people.
I am filled with determination. No.
You're gonna be okay in the morning.
Oh my god, what? Why are you here? You cannot. Oh.
What quest was this?
This is to show the resolution of Nanamo's project. I'll do it later. We're doing the MSQ right now. I grabbed it. We'll do it next time.
I said, yeah, it's not going anywhere.
At least your table's too big. We come with tragic news. This is a lot of preamble for something we already know is what's going on. I like how only one person's like, guys, just check the grave. If it's not there, then we know what's up.
We buried him, guys. We know where his grave is.
Yeah, like, come on. And again, the Scions are specifically designed and specifically, like, founded to combat a single enemy that is known for body snatching. This is not a hard puzzle. Who could it be? What could possibly be going on, guys? Come on. Is that really the closest one? Crap, it is. Which one's closer? I guess this one. I'm not saying actually dig up the damn grave. I'm saying literally like, okay. We know that Asians have a penchant for body snatching, both living and dead people. They do it all the time. It's kind of their standard practice. That's like the first thing we learn about them is that they can body snatch. Because they themselves have no corporeal form, generally speaking. And so it's very funny that they're all just kind of going, how could the crown prince still be alive? We saw him dead. He was buried. Like, come on. Really, guys?
He took his own life.
Like, come on. This is not hard. All of you know this.
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
Yes, Thancred. Somebody has. I don't know why you need the guy who was body snatched to say that it's Asians, but okay. If you need the expert himself on the matter, go forth.
Notice they removed Thancred from the plot until now.
Right. But it's like I don't know why you felt the need to have the actual guy who got body swapped or body snatched to come in and be like, guys, it was an Asian. Still have a little bit of that idiot plot. They need to, you know, brush off a little bit. They're still recovering from it.
Thancred over here, I should be like, hey guys, you know.
It's Asians.
Maybe. We've seen this before.
This is why you're not in charge, Real. He's like, ah, yeah, the dude's got stones. Good job. I like that everybody's kind of checking up on the old man. That's very cute. Aww. Yeah. You need to pick one. I don't care which one, but you need to pick one.
Oh man, bringing Y'shtola into the plot. The
Yes,
plot
she-
solver is coming.
So that she could be wharfed again, because she's always wharfed, the poor thing. Every time. Avatar of Destruction isn't allowed to be the Avatar of Destruction. The smartest person in the room. Nope, not allowed to be here.
Gotta remove Y'shtola from the plot before we do anything, guys.
Yeah, that is a requirement for
solve it.
plot to happen.
She'll solve it.
Instantly. Nigh immediately. Both in brains and in brawn. Don't need the Warrior of Light. You've got Y'shtola here. Don't start thinking now, Yuna. You're the one that told her to go. It's your decision. I told you it was stupid, Yuna.
Are you sure this was the best thing to do?
I like
There's
that.
any
I like
thinking about it now.
I like when Y'shtola's like, okay, that was still dumb, and now your character's like, maybe it was, like, Yuna. With that crossing arms and the rolling on the back foot. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Maybe I should have told him not to go. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference between me and my character, and my character's great. Yeah, go forth and do awesome things. Later on, was that really the smart thing to tell your friends? Oh, maybe not.
He's 100% an Asian now, you know, if they didn't tell you from the line.
Technically, that line wouldn't bring anything to a new player. Ah, yes. The B plot. I'll let you know if it's actually important at any point. Which should tell you exactly who this sucker is. This one's pretty clear. The other one, not so much, but this one, very clear. Him and his obsession with the goddamn hunt, quote, quote. Again, I'll let you know if it's important at any point. Ever. Okay. Now we're done. No more. No more.
On next ice stream, it will be a day of rolling credits for like the first 30 minutes.
Rain? So help me God, I have to go to bed.
Jesus Christ, just let her go. Let her go.
He knows. He knows it drives me insane to not do it.
Let her go. It's not like she's not gonna stream.
You never know.
I know she's 100% gonna stream, but she's gonna be very, very wham that, you know, the first 5 minutes of her stream is gonna go straight into credits rolling.
Listen, I can't. I gotta not. Besides, Rain, I have an entire side quest to do now.
I see, yeah, you do have a little bit of distraction to, you know, cover it up.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say,
covering it
besides that,
up.
she could also, like, if she chooses to end the stream with it next time, because the side quest takes so long.
Well, it
then,
won't take
bam.
that long. Side quests are designed to take like 20 minutes, maybe tops.
I'm not going to stop you from going to bed.
I don't know, man. You seem to be intent on stopping me from going to bed right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. No idea.
Anyways.
Anyway. Night night, everybody.
Well, night.